I've had lots of comments lately about the price of acoustic guitars. I did a video not long ago about guitars made with Brazilian rosewood, and I also did one about the Cienmo guitars, that new one that I had purchased about a month ago, and I was very proud of the fact that I had paid $998 plus shipping, which was about $125, $135 extra. And it included a wonderful hard-shell case. And I had a few comments of people saying, when are you going to review a guitar for the common man? In other words, inexpensive or guitars that we can afford, was basically what the people were saying. So today I thought I'd do something like that. Now, I have reviewed inexpensive guitars in the past, but it was been a while. So what I decided to do today is to go to my local music shop, Making Music in Frederick, Maryland, and they have sponsored today's video because they have lent me a very nice Martin DX Johnny Cash model, which is an HPL constructed body, top, sides, and back. And for those of you who don't know what HPL stands for, it's high pressure laminate. If you're not sure what that means, think about your kitchen countertops. If you're not fortunate enough to have like quartz or marble or something like that, or granite, you probably have Formica or Wilson Art countertops, and that's exactly what HPL is. The wonderful thing about it is they can print whatever pattern or color on it, and guitar makers, especially Martin, have decided and learned that it makes great, inexpensive, very strong guitars, which withstand humidity and temperature changes much better than solid wood guitars. So this is an inexpensive guitar for the average player. It's $649 retail. It comes with a gig bag, which I'll show you a photo of. And it's a decent gig bag. It's not really structurally sound, but it will do the job to and from gigs or just to keep around the house. What I like about this guitar is it's very reminiscent of the D35, the Johnny Cash commissioned Martin. Well, I don't know if he paid for it or not, probably not. I'm sure well, maybe they did, I just don't remember, but he had them build a Martin D35 in all black because, as we know, Johnny Cash wore black clothing and that was kind of his signature look. This particular one, although they do still have the D35, a Johnny Cash expensive guitar, this is the one they built for the person who doesn't want to spend a lot of money. It has the Cash on the, I think it's the, what's that, the 14th, 16th, 17th, or 18th fret. It has star inlays, position markers, which I happen to really, really like. The Everly Brothers used to have stars on theirs. The fretboard and the bridge is Richlite, which is a paper product, basically a paper wood product with lots of resin, high pressure, really hard. It looks like and performs like ebony. I think they look like just your traditional nickel frets. It is black Corian nut and saddle, at least I think the saddle is Corian. And it has this wonderful Stratabond neck, which I really, really like. I have it on my faux Koa Martin guitar, and what it is, it's probably 3 or 4 dozen little strips of like veneer wood glued together. It's extremely strong, and it is one of the most comfortable necks I've ever played. Nice tuners, black all around. It is a wonderful guitar. So how does it sound? It's $649, so for the average person's checkbook, that's not going to be a major hit. But does it sound like a Martin guitar? Let's listen and find out. I think you'll notice that the Dunlop picks gave it a nice, bright, balanced sound. The darker gray, the .73, probably gave it the best sound as far as being projecting across the room. The $35 blue chip, very smooth sounding, kind of a mellow sound. HPL guitars have a fairly compressed sound when you play with just your fingers. But when you play with a pick, if it's a thinner pick, it gets nice and bright, nice and balanced, a great sound. I didn't mention that this guitar comes with a Fishman undersaddle pickup in it. It's not a super expensive one, but it has the controls here in the sound hole, and then the battery compartment and where you plug it in and the lower bout. A very nice everyday man's guitar. Whether you're going to just sit on the couch and play at home, or whether you go out to open mics, if you learn how to EQ, or the sound person, whoever's running sound, learns how to EQ an undersaddle pickup, you could get some pleasing tones. Now, if this were my guitar, I would remove or keep the undersaddle pickup in there, and I would just put a K&K Pure Western Mini pickup in, because it would give you a much more natural sound. But the pickup that's in there is fine, especially for $649. So, what do I think of this guitar? I think it is excellent for someone who doesn't have a big bankroll for expensive guitars. It looks like a Martin Dreadnought because it is a Martin Dreadnought. Does it sound like a Martin Dreadnought? Yes, it does, although it's a little bit brighter when you play it with a thin pick. It doesn't have so much of that low end, that real warm low end, except when you play with your fingers, but then again, the whole thing sounds kind of warm. But is it the Martin sound? Yes, absolutely. So if you're looking for a Martin Dreadnought guitar and you don't have a lot of money, this would be an excellent guitar to purchase. I hope this has helped you. And for those of you who have commented and said that you hoped I would review a guitar that was more in line with your checkbook, this might be one of the choices. I'm going to be reviewing another guitar coming up in the next week or two, which is made by Fender. It's a Fender acoustic. So stay tuned for that one, and thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.
Hey
Bye-bye.
guys, it's Ryan here with Making Music here in Frederick, Maryland. Just want to touch base and let you know a little bit about us. We've been here in Frederick for about 40 years now, specializing in guitars, drums, PA equipment, really anything that you need for a live performance, or if you're just starting out. We have a room full of great acoustic guitars, which you may have already seen some or are going to be seeing some. Range from Taylors, Martins, wide range of used acoustics as well. We also have a big wall of electric guitars specializing in Ibanez and Paul Reed Smith. A wide selection of used guitars as well. Also PA equipment, speakers, mixers, amplifiers for electrics such as Boss, Vox, Black Star, a lot of top line names in the business. So please keep us in mind if you have any questions, repair, guitar needs, anything else music related. We'd love to see you here at the store. Thank you.